Hey there, I'm going to give you a quick tech tip to use when you're doing screen share in Zoom. So, for right now, I am in my Zoom room and I have my iPad that has joined as a student. So, my iPad is going to show you when I screen share and then I'll change my camera so you can see what it looks like. So, let's say this is normal virtual school. I'm going to go to sharing this PowerPoint because that's my PowerPoint I'm going to use. I actually found it online, so it's not my PowerPoint, it's somebody else's. And when you screen share normally, you get the whole screen. If I show you my student right here and I change my iPad view, I think we all know because we've all been in those meetings. And there is my iPad view, and it is the whole entire screen. So the really cool thing you can do when you are screen sharing, so let's say you don't want to show all of this to your students, but let's say you also want to have the side open so that you know which slides you're clicking on, but you don't really need all this open to the kids. So, what you can do, I'm going to stop sharing right now. And then when you are going to screen share in Zoom, you're going to go screen share, and then you're going to go to, once you're in the share screen section, you're going to go to advanced, and you're going to pick portion of the screen. Then you're going to go share. It's going to give you this little awesome green box. It changes to orange when you're moving it, but once it's green, that's what the students see. So here, let's say we are just talking about electron shells in this presentation. So I just want to go through step by step each one of these points in my PowerPoint as opposed to showing the whole slide to my students. So I can put my little text box here. And if I show you my student view, my student is only seeing the part I have in the green box. So if I say, would you please read A for me? I can focus on A. Then when I ask the next student to read B, I can move the bar down or move my box down and have it set to have what I want them to read to me. If I want them to read C, I can move it down too. So this is really nice for pinpointing exactly what you want students to look at. Another really neat way to use it would be if you are using a website. So here I have a website, but you can't see it. I have a website and it is about the Titanic. So I'm going to show you the whole page first. So let me stop sharing. Let me flip it back just so you can see. And it's pretty easy to flip flop back and forth. I'm sorry for my inception going on here. It's pretty easy to flip back and forth. So if you want to do the whole screen share, you totally can, and then just exit out of it and then go back to the portion, which is fine. It'll flip flop back and forth. So I want to share my screen, and here it is. So again, it's really nice because when you're looking at this, and let's say you gave this to students in your virtual class and you wanted them to focus on your screen and see what you were pointing at, it is so much more helpful to break it down and actually pinpoint the parts you want them to look at. So again, share screen, advanced options, portion of screen, share, and then you get your lovely little box. And then as before, if this is my student screen, I'm going to switch my student screen on. And I have moved my little text box over. I again have the same thing where I'm only showing the portion that I want these students to see. So they're only focusing on the headline. Or if I come over here, they're only going to focus on this letter that is a first-hand account from the sinking of the Titanic. So I can just make my little box here and say, let's look at this. And that's all we're going to look at. And then it pushes it immediately out to the students when you let go of the box. So when the box is orange, the students don't see it yet because you're still maneuvering it around. But the moment it turns green, your students are seeing it. Oops, sorry, I didn't mean to highlight that. So that is a really cool tool to use. It's also a really cool tool to use for math. So when you look at, let's say, a math worksheet such as this, let's say you do not want the students to see all of the problems. Let's say you want them only to focus on these. Same thing, move your text box over, and then we're only going to focus on these sides. So when you say like A, C, E, G, or let's say you're just starting out and you want them just to focus on A, then you would just zoom in all the way to A, and then they are only pushed out that one problem. Or if you want them to focus on this, then they only focus on these two problems. And it immediately gets pushed out onto your screen once your box goes green. So, super helpful. It will revolutionize how you actually interact with your screen sharing with your students because you can actually make it more accessible to them and actually have them interact more with it. So I say try it out and see how it works for you. And hopefully, it's as helpful for you as it was for me. And that is your tech tip. Bye.